Remember this analogy with the sun and Jupiter? Except Jupiter will be a little bit further away. Oh, Jupiter, get away from the sun. Be a little bit further away, much further, way, like all the way in the next room, and then some. But I wonder how close it is to scale. Anyway, I think Jupiter is still a tiny bit smaller. In any case, this is 18 gauge, antique copper. We made a ring out of this one cherry quartz stone, 6 millimeter, like the size of a green pea. We made a whole beautiful ring out of this yesterday, and now we're gonna make a bracelet. Similar pattern, real easy to do. I'm gonna take about, you're probably not even need this much, but I'm gonna take about 14 inches, just to be on the safe side, because I haven't practiced this yet, as usual. So bring your bead to the middle of your wire, bring your two ends together to try to make sure it's pretty much in the middle, and then start wrapping it opposite, like this. Start coming around, pull it tight as you can, be firm. You could do this with 20 gauge too if you want to start out, because this is going to take some firm finger strength. See how tight I'm getting it around the bead? If you don't pull it this tight, you'll have some space, and that's okay. But it looks really good when you pull it tight, so just do your best. So we're going to come around, and then we're gonna, you can go around once or twice, but at some point, bring the two ends together like this. And then always overshoot. When you're doing curves and going back and forth, always overshoot a little bit, because then when you pull back, it starts to, it'll undo what you just did. So now you can get some round nose pliers and make a loop. Wrap it around the pliers, or you can just do it around your finger. Either way, whatever you're used to. I'm used to just doing it around my finger, so I'm gonna go like this. And that's about the size loop you want. You want it to be about the same size as the bead. And now come around again like this. And this is where you can have fun. You can come around in a wide pattern, or you can come around in a tight pattern, however you want to do it. And now we're going to make the same loop on this side, like this. And if the loop isn't the size you want, you can roll it back and forth. That's why it's always fun with these loops. So see, I'm just rolling it in. And again, I'm not trying to make it perfect, but I'm trying to make it match this one pretty closely. And now I'm coming around this side. And the fun part is you can keep coming around and around and around, if you give yourself an extra big loop especially. But let's just try this. We'll come around here once like that. Cool. And I'm going to say, let's just do one more. So we'll come around, we'll wrap it around. We wrapped all the way around that whole 360, and now we're coming around again, and we're making this part wider and coming around there again. And here's the part where, like I said, if you give yourself more wire, see, I said 14 inches, probably going to be too much. Look, I could have done more. I could have done a whole 2 feet, which is 2/3 of a meter, and you can keep wrapping it around and around. Now you want these two loops you start out with to be bigger, because they're going to keep taking stacks of wraps if you keep going around and around. So plan for that. Or just do like I did. Start out like this, and then, I'm happy with this much. So now I'm going to wrap this again, cut off the two ends, make sure I have a little bit of tabs to tuck in, cut them just right, and make sure you don't shoot those parts at your face. And now I'm just going to push them towards that. See the little bowl I made? I'm just going to push them towards that, and then turn my pliers and pinch them into the bowl, deep down in there. Now you see how quickly I did that. You could do it even faster if you're not stopping to explain. And if you get the hang of it, you could do one after another. And you could make links, connect them with jump rings, and there you have a bracelet. Or you could just do it simple like this, because people like simple. Just take this, add a chain, a couple jump rings. Sometimes I like to double or triple up the jump rings. It makes it lay flatter so it doesn't spin as much on the wrist, and it also kind of looks cool. So like maybe 3 jump rings, and then a chain, lobster clasp, instant bracelet. Now you notice you could say, Matt, you should have stopped when you did it right there. They were symmetrical. Now you have this one extra part. I like that. I like that it's off. but I can go and do the next one and make it come around again, or I can make it come around 3 more times. So, and you can do it in silver, there's all these variations. Go have fun with this, but I'll do one more just to show you. See, this one, I'm making extra wide loops because I'm going to be wrapping it more. Now you want to take your time to line your loops up straight. If they're like that, take your time, make everything straight and nice, and enjoy it. Feel like you're molding it. It's like molding clay. So now this one, I'm going to come around. Just let the wire curve itself. Don't try to force it. If you grab it from far out and just let the curve make itself, you'll get a much smoother curve with less effort. And then hold it in place, and boom. Now if you want, you could keep going around. Let's make that a little tight, pinch that a little tighter there. You can keep coming around the same side. You can keep going boop, 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 and just build up that side. I'm going to pinch this a tiny bit, make it a tiny bit tighter. Or you can keep going back and forth like I'm going to do here. So now I'm going to do this side. And I'm leaving a little bit of space there. I could have pulled it tighter, but I'm just showing you all different options. And see how this is a nice loop, and this loop is a little bit just fatter. You can kind of stretch it out by pinching it on the diagonals like that. You can mold and shape your loop. You got to be careful, but you can do it slowly like that and start to change the shape of it. So now it's sticking out a tiny bit more. So let's go here now, and then we'll come all the way across and leave a little bit of space on that side. Come across, and now we'll go one more. It's starting to cover up the whole loop, so let's end it. You can end it on either side. You just got to cut your 2 tabs and tuck them in really tight. Pinch them right into that bowl, deep into the bowl, so they never come out. And check from all sides. Make sure it's secure, just the way you want it. And voila. And again, if you want even more, take even more wire. That was about 20. This was done with about 14 inches, and then I cut off a little bit. This was done with about 24 inches, and then I cut off about that much. But you can keep going. Take a whole 3 feet, which is 36 inches, or a whole meter, and keep making it wider if you want. Really have fun with this. And again, you can make links. You can make one big one like this, and then 2 small ones on either side. That'll make a real pretty one. I think I'm going to do that. Or you could just take one and just put the chain there. And either way, even if you put the 3, you're probably going to want to put some chain on the end. So just try to get chain and jump rings that are the same color as your wire, whatever wire you like using the most. I have 5 different colors I like using the most. And I have jump rings, lobster clasp, chain for all those colors. And those colors are antique copper, bright copper, black gunmetal, or sometimes it's called hematite, silver, antique brass or bronze, and is that all 5? Did I name them all? Antique copper, copper, hematite, silver, and antique bronze. Yeah, those are my 5 faves. But in any case, see, this one I only went once around each side after making my loops. This one I went once around each side and then 1 extra. This one I went once around each side and then 2 extra around each side. Also, if you're going to make it into a bracelet, you can have it straight. This could also be a pendant, like a necklace pendant, but if you wanted a bracelet, you can also bend it so it starts to form to the shape of the wrist. If you wanted one side to definitely be on top and the other side to be, on the bottom. And also, in that case, you should probably put like 3 jump rings or so to really keep it from flipping. Because if you bend it and then you have it this way and it falls upside down, then it's going to look really awkward on the wrist. So anyway, have fun with this. These could also totally be earrings, or you could do a whole set: earrings, necklace, bracelet, and watch the video from yesterday to see how to make a matching ring. The ring is a little trickier than these two, but not much. And then you'll have a whole set, and people will go crazy. Yay!